This is a bit of an introductory video on what I do and what I plan to do. So I run the IPMS Special Interest Group for the Spanish Civil War. Bit of a recent thing, probably been running it about 9-ish months now. I know what you're thinking. There were no famines in the Spanish Civil War. But that's where it sort of comes into YouTube. So my plan for YouTube is to have all kinds of modelling involved. And I've got a history of armour building. In fact, that's all I ever built until recently when I joined a local club and, well, realised that airfix were actually worth building, it seemed. Looking at some new toolkits, I was quite amazed, and the price of armour kits were going up quite a lot, so I ended up buying a few sort of 1/72nd planes, and the rest was history, as they say. So not doing so much on the armour now, although this is one I did over earlier this year. I'll put some stills of all these up because I can't really zoom in on the camera. So this is the Tamiya Famo with a huge lot of etched metal put in, probably too much. Both detail sets from ABBA. That's basic and additional, and also the Edward set as well, just to go over the top. Why not? And I think it's been a bit of a build that I've tried. I mean, this is my third Famo, and the only one I've ever completed, must be said. So I have failed twice, but so I was quite glad to get this finished. I think it was generally sort of biting off more than I could chew. So I got all the reference material, so found the kit quite cheap and thought I'd crack on with it, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. It's quite a lot of detail. I've done the whole engine bay. I'm quite pleased with it. So that was quite a good build to get things going earlier in the year. And then things have been quite heavily into the Spanish Civil War. So, as I mentioned, I run the SIG and I do a blog about it, which is just for Spanish stuff. So this is a bit of an outlet for sometimes, it's not all about Republican 1930s planes or early Messerschmitts. Sometimes you want to sort of build a King Tiger or something like that. So this gives me an outlet for that, I'm hoping. So that's the first thing. I'll just show you a few more builds, obviously with the Spanish stuff. Other things that have been built are Legion Condor aeroplanes. So we've got a 109E from ICM, fantastic kit, almost like a complete copy of the 1/72nd Tamiya 109E. This was an E3 kit, however the canopy wasn't very good, so I've used a vac form canopy. And for all intents and purposes, the difference between the E3 and the E4 seems to be the canopy. So if you change that, you're good to go. E3s were in Spain, E4s weren't, so that's an important thing to remember. E1s up to E3s, so all the Messerschmitts up to E3s generally were in Spain. You might want to check out for specific models. But after the E3, so you go to the E4, that then turns into the sort of Battle of Britain ones, so that's why I stuck to the E3. So that was a very nice kit. I've entered this in a couple of competitions locally, and won silver at a couple of places, so I was very happy with that. I wasn't expecting anything. So that's been a nice build. And then you've got the Airfix Stuka, and this is what started it all for the Spanish thing. Comes with the option, B option, is for Condor Legion, and that's really what kicked it all off for me, getting this kit late last year, 2016 must be said, and yeah, that started a bit of a fascination with the Spanish Civil War, which I'm glad to say is still going strong, hence the blog. So these are a couple of builds that I was really enjoyed and have been showing throughout the year and just in a few local shows. So they've been doing well. I was very pleased with these. And then we've got the most recent one, which I've just put a post up about, which is the Azure Polycarpov Pi16 Type10, which played quite an important role in the Spanish War, and it's been a nice kit. It's what you expect from Azure, short run, filler on every seam line, nothing really difficult, just a bit of sort of modelling expertise, and taking your time and making sure you test fit everything, and yeah, it was a nice kit. I haven't gone too mad on the research and making sure everything's super detailed, built it straight from the box. There are a few problems, but I used it as a bit of a test for paint finishes, which I was quite happy with using different, it's not all one green, it's 3 or 4 different greens to build that up, and sanding back using some a buffing cloth, and just your sort of usual kind of polishing cloth, and just kind of buffing like this to give that effect. Not really matted it down, not really giving it a gloss coat, only put some gloss on where the decals are, and there was only 4 decals, 1, 2 and 3, 4. So didn't need too much gloss as far as I was concerned, so I did I just kept working the paint and rubbing it and manipulating it to try and give it a sort of worn look, and it's starting to get there. I mean, you know, there's a few problems with it which I won't go into, but you might see in the pictures. I've left them because I didn't want to worry myself too much about it, so yeah, quite a nice build. So that's the sort of thing I do. We've got a video going up shortly, which is the introduction to the Interwar Wings group build, which I'm going to take part in, which UK Scale Modeler, the YouTube group channel, is putting on. So that's right up my street. Going to do the pea shooter, which I've done a short video for, so that one in Spanish markings. And I've got a few things on the go, which I'll put links to in the description. We've got the Trumpeter Stuka A, the Anton, in 1/32 scale, so it's going to be quite a thing. I'm doing a build log on the blog for that, which I'll continue on there. Done the cowling, well, the front cowl, sorry, it's in sections, so I guess you're going to have something like that when all's said and done. Working on the cockpit at the minute, which is just about starting to get there. Got the Edward Big Ed set for this. So, new to videoing. Of course, ran out of memory. So here we go, part 2. So just coming to an end. So yeah, we've got the Big Ed set for the JU86 from Trumpeter, the A version, and most of it goes in the cockpit. So there's only a few bits that are outside of the cockpit, to be honest. Got all of the non-painted, just a few straps left for the machine gun ammunition, which would be always a fun job, so left that till last. And then it's on, we give it a paint, get the colours on, and then onto coloured photo etch. So that's that build. So I'll put a link to that as well in the description. So got that one ongoing. That probably won't be on YouTube very much. And part 2 of that is due to be up soon, so that would be quite good. And yeah, so that's what I do. And I'm hoping, I've got many different kits here that I'd like to give a go. Obviously we'll give the group build. That will be a YouTube thing, so I'll keep that going on YouTube as a build. And yeah, if you like what you see, give us a subscribe and follow along. And also, if you like anything to do with the Spanish Civil War, check out the blog, which I put in the description. Follow it. You can follow by email, or if you've got a WordPress account, you can follow it by that as well. Or you can also like the Facebook page. So do all of that, because it all helps. And hopefully I'll be back soon. So thanks for watching. See you soon.